Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Traversing Life with TK. Now, today it's going to be a little different, be a little bit vulnerable today, talk a little bit about my past, where I came from, how I grew up, the reason I am who I am today. A lot of people get nervous about talking about their past, the things they've been through, major life changes, but I feel it's important that you guys understand where I come from, some of the experiences that have shaped who I am in order to understand why I feel so passionate about what I do, about why I want to help people so much. Because it's not just about me, it's about the people that are out there listening right now, people who want to change their lives for the better, people who want to understand themselves, be able to maneuver in this world in a way to where you're not worried about, the little nuances of life because you're living life how you want to live it. You're living life how you should be living it. You're living life in the way that you were meant to live it. But I digress. So, you know, I grew up very humble. By humble, I mean poor. Single family, single parent household, Section 8, moved around a lot. Always the new kid in school. Didn't stay in one school for too long before we were moving again, either across the country or just across the city or maybe across the state. And that gave me a lot of different perspective on the world because at a young age, I saw different parts of the country. I saw how people reacted and acted in different situations around the country, around the United States, at least. And it shaped my viewpoint because I wasn't just stagnant in one spot. I didn't just think about how people acted in this one area because there's so many different people, so many different ways that people interact and act and actually maneuver through this world. And I saw this as a child. Now, I had a lot of good experiences. I also had some traumatic experiences. When I was very young, I was raped, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not not nervous about talking about it because it's something that happened to me, and it took me a while to accept that this has happened to me and to have it to where it doesn't affect me. Now, are there times where there are still things that that particular experience makes me be triggered by? Yes, it's all part of this journey. It's all part of this life, you know, because that was a very intense experience. At one point in time, I tried to block that memory out. I tried to repress it. And when it came back in full force. It came back even stronger and caused a lot of different things happening um, around the time when I was in college. But, you know, through that experience, it created certain programs within me. It made me look at my family, made me look at the world in a different light because I was exposed to something that people don't get exposed to. I was exposed to, quote unquote, what people say the dark side of reality because something like that would happen to me. But even through that experience, I didn't let it taint me. I still was my authentic self. I still was true to who I was. Now, was I more cautious? Did I maneuver differently around certain people? Yes, of course, because that experience changes you. Well, moving past that later on, you know, I was always the kid that I would make friends, but I would have only like one or two close friends because even as a kid, I understood that it's okay to be cool with people and have fun and hang out with people. But there's probably only going to be a couple people that truly have your back. And that's one of the programs that I grew up with was you can't make a lot of meaningful friendships. And you can. No, there's different ways to do it. Now that I'm older and thinking about it and going back through what is going on, obviously there is. But I would only have like one or two close friends. But I was always very personable. But I was also shy because of the experiences that I've been through. I kind of hold up in myself, which looking back at it was a blessing and a curse, a good and a bad thing, because I took a lot of time to go within and examine what aspects of reality do I like. Now, I like to read books. I like to read fantasy books and not a lot of nonfiction because it brings up different ideas that we can't bring up in regular everyday society. Um, I read a whole lot because I like to dive into these worlds and explore the morals, and the mechanics of these worlds because my imagination was so vast that I knew that there was more to this reality than what it is. But because of the experiences that I had, I kept it to myself and I expressed it or repressed it in different ways. And growing up, that caused me to have a different view of the world because the filters that I put on the world were filters through books I read, filters through the little experiences that I had growing up, moving around, the good, the bad, the ugly, whatever. And in around high school, I ended up being I was the shy kid. I had friends and stuff, but I was always kind of the loner. I was called always kind of the outlier, if you will, of any group I was in, because that was just who I was. I had a couple what I considered close friends, but even that, I knew that most of the friends that I had, you know, while they were amiable with me, they were cool with me, it wasn't like we actually shared those connections. I know a lot of people talk about, oh, I've had childhood friends that I've had my whole life. I haven't had any of those. And that colors my perspective sometimes. So, I have to work through things like that. But around college is when a lot of my repressed memories, a lot of the things that I had been keeping secret for myself, a lot of things that I had been withholding basically for myself and the world, started to hit me at once. Started drinking really heavily, became alcoholic, and really was trying to, you know, keep at bay a lot of those darker memories, keep at bay a lot of those negative feelings, if you will. And through this time, I learned how to be resilient. And when I say I learned, it's because I went through things that made me be resilient. You know, I've had depression. I've attempted suicide multiple times, and I'm still here. I'm still positive in the outlook of the world. Even after those times where I might have attempted suicide, I still worked and strived to be a better me because even in those dark times, I knew that if I'm still here, it's for a reason. It didn't happen. Why it didn't happen? It's because It wasn't meant to happen because what's meant for me will be. You know, it caused me to change my whole look on the world. It opened my eyes up to see what was really going on around. And around that time, I moved to Colorado, and just being out here in Colorado, because I'm in Colorado again right now, but being in Colorado, I was exposed to a lot of high vibrational energy, a lot of nature energy, and it caused my spirituality to start blooming. I've done psychedelics, mind altering substances, and each one of these experiences has shown me a different layer of reality. It showed me a different layer of myself. A lot of people who do these mind altering substances do it to escape, or they do it in search of something. And I was there at one point too. But I learned that all these things can be achieved without any of that. The meditation, through journaling, through working with yourself, your energy, your higher self, your spirit guides. And during that time, I truly dived deep into spirituality. I joined a spiritual community, and it was good for a while until we decided we were all going to move in together and start doing bigger things, which a lot of spiritual communities do. Lost sight of our goals. Things started getting skewed. When you bring a bunch of people together, it's a lot of different energies. And working through those energies together is a complicated matter. And the spiritual community, while I learned a lot, so I won't say that, it was all bad because I learned so much. I grew so much through all the experiences, good and bad, that I'm truly grateful for the experience that I had. I am truly grateful for everything that I've been through. And I mean that from the deepest part of my spirit, mind, and body, and my heart. Because without these experiences that I've been through, without holding myself up in depression, without being the outgoing person, because I've had a very dynamic life. I've been homeless. I've lived in some extravagant homes. I've been able to live in places where people only dream of living. I've lived in some bad neighborhoods. I have interacted with so many different types of people that I feel truly blessed. I feel truly grateful that been able to experience all this, meet the people that I met, no matter what happened when I met them, whether it was good, bad, indifferent, whatever. The experiences, every single one that I've had, has let me learn and shine a light on so much about me. You have to understand that when you go through these times where you feel like the world has it out for you, or that you can do no good, or just all these things that depression brings about, it also lets you look at the opposite too. For all of you out there who are suffering with depression or suicidal thoughts or tendencies, even through all that darkness, even through all those negative thoughts that are going on right now in this moment, you know, you know, and don't act like you don't, because I've been there. You know that there's something here that you're meant to do. There's somebody here that you're meant to impact. There's something that's here that you are meant to achieve. Don't let this one moment, it could be an accumulation of a bunch of moments, but it's now built up so much in this moment that you don't even know what to do. Don't let this one moment in time determine what's going to happen for the rest. You could be a new you tomorrow. Everything that happened today, everything that happened in your mind, everything that happened in the reality around you that is causing you to feel the way that you're feeling right now, know that tomorrow is a whole new day. It's a whole new opportunity. Might not feel like it right now, but if you truly let go and let yourself be you without worrying about how anybody feels about it, because it doesn't matter. Whatever they feel about it don't matter. It's about what you feel about it. So in this moment, know that tomorrow you could be you. And by you being you, everything is going to start to change. There's going to be good times and bad times, but you're going to make it through all of them stronger. You're going to know how to maneuver through everything better. Because you've experienced one side of it. Now it's time for you to experience the other side. You've been depressed, you've been grieving. Well, now let's be happy. Let's be joyous. Let's enjoy the life that we have. Because regardless of your current situation, things can change at any moment. I've been there. I've been there. I've seen life change in a matter of seconds. And when that happens, be grateful for every experience that you've had, because it's going to make you be able to maneuver exactly how you are supposed to maneuver. Because you spent all this time maneuvering how you're not supposed to maneuver. That's why you're feeling this way. Because you're not being true to yourself. You're not being you. Express yourself in the way that you express yourself. Don't worry about what the other people are thinking. Because this is your life to live. But I digress. I went off on a tangent there. And I really do hope for those of you out there who are experiencing this, if you come across this video, you come across this, do know that I'm here for you. And I don't mean that superficially. I'm truly here for you. Hit me up on the DM. I will never turn away anybody who's in true need. I am here for those who truly need it. Those who are ready for that change. Let's do it. I've experienced it. I've seen the dichotomy of life in multiple ways. And when I say dichotomy, it's not even really just two sides. It's so many different sides of this life, so many different sides of this world. So it's time for you to experience that. It's time for you to experience everything that is meant for you. And you can do it. It doesn't take that much. It really doesn't. I'm here for you. Believe that. Know that. If you're watching this and you are going through any of that right now, feel this through this video. I am sending the highest of vibrations, the utmost love and positivity, the clarity to make it through this situation in this moment. The past and everything else doesn't matter. Take a deep breath. Drop what you're doing. You can now be the new you. You don't have to worry about what those people said about you. You don't have to worry about what has happened because from here on, you make the decision. But yeah, I've been through so much in this life that I just want people to understand who they are and be able to maneuver through these situations, maneuver through whatever is going on in your life. Because no matter what's happening, no matter what you're going through, the world is such a beautiful place. When I say beauty, I mean beauty in its truest sense because beauty encompasses all. Because you know how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, meaning beauty can be multiple things. Everything is beautiful because it works out exactly how it should. And once you get in alignment with who you are, and that's what I've been working on, that's what I'm coming to, and that's what I feel in my spirit, mind, and body, the culmination of everything I've been through, everything I've experienced, everything I've learned, I'm now incorporating in every moment of my life. Even while I'm doing these videos, I'm incorporating different aspects of myself. You think that I was just okay to be on a video? You can go back and look and check at some of my older videos, how nervous I was. Life changes at any moment. So go out there, experience life, truly believe in yourself, and know that you got this in every moment. It's your boy TK. Peace.